Hi everyone, it's Hanan from I Deserve Couture, and here's another video about the Met Gala and all the stuff that happened that we did not talk about here. I want us all to be on the same page when it comes to stuff like this and all the tea that happened. So you know what, sit down, get some popcorn, and let's spill some tea. Don't worry, it's not going to be hot, it's going to be piping! Now before we start, let me just remind you to kindly subscribe to the channel, because if you don't get no tea. We're working like crazy here, just producing a video after video after video, and also like the video, comment, share it with everybody else. So there were actually a couple of things that happened. We're gonna go through, I think, 4 subjects, and the first one is kind of big, and yes, it includes Cardi B. I think the way the Met Gala turned out for her was very negative for her. So if you don't know, let's break it down. Cardi B was attending the Met Gala in this huge dress. The dress is by the designer called Sen Lee, who is the designer for the brand called Windowson. And at the red carpet, Emma Chamberlain was having an interview with her. And of course, the question that everybody's going to get asked at the Met Gala is, who are you wearing? I guess that Cardi was caught off guard and she could not remember the name of the designer. She said, and I quote, "It is this amazing designer, they're Asian and everything." After that, of course, social media reacted. There were so many people that criticized her for not knowing the name, and also about the fact that the only thing that she could say about the designer is that he's Asian. After the whole media frenzy, Cardi B sat down and made a statement about it. She said that the reason why this all happened is because she felt rushed and had a lot on her mind because she was practicing poses in a dress on a podium, but last minute they didn't allow the podium on the red carpet. So she was there posing without a podium in this humongous dress. And the reason why she said Asian, she said that she did not want to get the nationality wrong. Now here are my 2 cents. Personally, I think that she didn't mean to be offensive. Did it come off as offensive? Yes. This designer created not just 1, but 2 dresses for her. And this dress took 2 months to make. And honestly, I think that for this designer, this was a huge thing. But let's be realistic. The number 1 question everybody's going to ask you is, what are you wearing? And the way that she ended her video apology was kind of like bittersweet, to be honest. I really wanted to be supportive and understand her point. And in the beginning, she had me. She felt rushed. She was confused. But then the video goes into her addressing the public, how people were saying that she's not going to get invited back because of this incident. And she ends the video with, "Of course they're going to have me, I'm Cardi B." For me, that was so unnecessary. Let's be real, Met Gala will continue without many other celebrities. And no disrespect to Cardi B, but there were celebrities that were missing that are bigger celebrities than Cardi B, in my opinion. Beyonce was not there. Let's start there. Trust me, the Met Gala can go without any celebrity. If I was her and I could not remember the name, I would ask my stylist, I would ask my team, I would tell Emma, I don't want to mispronounce the name. Let me get Colin because he's gonna know exactly how to pronounce it. I think that would be better than saying this Asian designer. I don't think the people would mind that much if you got help pronouncing the name of the designer, because the name would be out. There's many publications that are currently reporting that your dress is by Giambattista Valli. And honestly, if she was dressed in Versace or Balenciaga, I don't think that she would have a problem pronouncing those names. Windowson is not a mainstream brand yet, so I think that her mentioning them as a brand that she's wearing to the Met Gala would help the brand a lot. Again, I don't think that she wanted to be offensive, but I think that this whole thing could have been very easily avoidable. Now, next tea is called The Only Human That Ever Wore This Dress. And we're talking about Kendall Jenner and the Givenchy dress from Alexander McQueen era. Now, I already spoke about this on social media, but there is updates though. So let me just break down what happened. Kendall Jenner was at the Met Gala, and she was wearing the Givenchy dress from Alexander McQueen era from 1999 Fall Couture. In my opinion, this dress is one of the best representations of the Sleeping Beauty theme. So during the interview with the Met Gala, Kendall said, "I am the first person to wear it." Technically, she could be right, because this collection was shown on mannequins. It was never shown on a real-life model. Also, her story was backed up by this screenshot. Allegedly, this is the Givenchy screenshot. I did not find it, but I see it floating around the internet, and the screenshot reads the following. Look 14 Haute Couture Fall-Winter 1999 was not worn in the past, and was only presented on a bust form. Since then, the dress has been preserved in the Givenchy archives until the Met Gala. It has never presented before, and it will go back to the Givenchy archives. Good. Met Gala ended, everybody's happy, everybody's going home. Next morning, the HFT girls on X are doing their homework, and God bless them because they always pull up receipts. So they show these pictures of Winona Ryder from Flaunt magazine in 1999. You can see that the dress is the same one as the one that Kendall is wearing, and people are confused because in one story we have nobody was wearing this dress, and now we're seeing somebody wearing this dress. The math is not math. A little time goes by, and the next thing you know, there is an article in the Cut magazine. And this article says the following. A source close to the brand told the Cut that the dress Ryder wore was a replica, and that the McQueen dress on Jenner was, in fact, never worn. Okay, so this alleged source says that Winona Ryder was wearing a replica of that dress. Personally, I did not believe it. And one comment on the post that I made on Instagram puts this perfectly. The comment says this: there is no way in hell a replica was made the same year it debuted for one of the biggest celebrities of 1999. Wouldn't have made sense. And honestly, I agree with this. Winona Ryder was huge at the end of the 90s. And comment sections on my posts make really good points. And they go far as comparing the proportions of Kendall Jenner and Winona Ryder, especially their height, saying that Winona Ryder could not wear that dress because Kendall is a lot taller than her. But by the same token, that could be the reason why you don't see Winona Ryder wear the whole dress. You don't see from the bottom up. So that ended and everything is fine. People are believing Givenchy, people are believing social media. And let me just say this. I'm not blaming Kendall. She said what she was told, so this is not her fault at all. She just ended up being a character in the story. This is not caused by her. So this whole thing ends, everybody goes home, everybody's happy, but there is one more person that has to say something. And McQueen Vault just entered the chat. Now, if you don't know McQueen Vault, I love McQueen Vault. I'm a huge fan of his and his work, and this man adores McQueen. And McQueen Vault goes, hey, there's more. And he comes up with another picture of the same dress, the one that was never worn before. Now this time a full picture from Joyce magazine from 1999. And McQueen Vault wrote, further proof of non-human beings living among us in 1999. So that's not just one person, that is two people in this dress that was never worn before. I'm giving the Givenchy team a benefit of the doubt. Maybe they meant never worn on the red carpet. Could this be a replica also? For right now, we have two pictures of the outfit that was never worn on two different people. That's all I'm saying. I need a little bit of water, sis. Now the next topic we have to talk about touches upon the theme of the Met Gala. I think we will all agree that this Met Gala ended up being a huge John Galliano tribute. I wonder why. The biggest celebrities of the night wore Galliano. Zendaya wore his design not just once but twice that night. Kim Kardashian, Bad Bunny, Ariana Grande performed in Margiela Couture. Gwendolyn was also there. There were so many people wearing John Galliano. It felt like Galliano was the theme, right? Now there's this story in The Cut that says that the theme was supposed to be John Galliano retrospective. John Galliano being one of the most creative designers out there, and his work was supposed to be the focus of the Met Gala. And I'm sure that one of the strongest voices for that theme was Anna Wintour, who has been a long-time admirer and a friend of John Galliano. I mean, Anna always loved his work, and I think that she was one of the strongest voices for him to get the job at Margiela. If the theme was John Galliano, that would be great for John Galliano, because he's on his redemption tour right now. He had one of the best couture shows in the last couple of years. There's a documentary called High and Low about him. It talks about his career and anti-Semitic things that he said that eventually got him out of Dior back in 2011. But of course, John Galliano theme did not happen. And if you're wondering why, The Cut makes a very interesting point. So according to The Cut, the Metropolitan Museum leadership feared public backlash and put Galliano exhibit on indefinite pause. The reason is his past, but also the way that people were talking about Karl Lagerfeld last year. You know, people were talking about how problematic he was. And when I think about it, I am people because I made a video about it, but that's fine. But when you talk about Karl Lagerfeld, there was like fat phobia, Islamophobia, and all the problematic stuff he said in the media was being brought up again. And I think the Metropolitan Museum leadership does not want to relive that again. So because of that, they decided to go with the Garden of Time. Now for the next story, if there's one thing that I hate, that is made up storyline. And of course, this one includes Kim Kardashian. Now a big question about Kim Kardashian's look for a lot of people was, why was she wearing a cardigan? Special interest in this question had Swifties because they felt that this is Kim's way of trolling Taylor. It's worth noting that Taylor Swift has a song named Cardigan. Some of them thought that she was wearing a cardigan as a sign of a peace treaty with Taylor Swift, and all of this was brought up because a couple of weeks ago Taylor Swift came up with a song addressing Kim Kardashian. The song was called Thank You Amy, but the letters K-I-M were capitalized. I mean, say whatever you want, Taylor knows what she's doing and I love that, but I do have to put my 2 cents in. I'm sorry if this bursts anybody's bubble, but I don't think that the cardigan was any kind of peace treaty with Taylor Swift. This is just the way that the last collection by John Galliano in Margiela was styled. world. On top of it all, John Galliano was there in the room styling Kim Kardashian. I think that Kim appreciates John Galliano's opinion too much, and I don't think that she would be like, oh yeah, let's put a cardigan because of Taylor Swift for the Met Gala. For me, it doesn't add up. For Kim, the priority is her look. I don't think that she ever wants to send a message through her outfit. If she was going to send a message, she's getting Momager on the phone, Momager is making a couple of calls, and then the next thing you know, bam, this message is going to end up on Hulu, on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and Kim is going to get so much attention and so much money, and this is the circle that keeps on going. Also, the pieces from this collection have been seen on the red carpet styled like this, and this is Hunter Schafer in Berlin. So honestly, I think that Kim Kardashian, cardigan, Taylor Swift, Met Gala, they don't have nothing to do with each other. Now, with all that being said, those were just a couple of stories from this year's Met Gala. Unless you want me to talk about how Anna Wintour banned chives, onions, and garlic from the Met Gala, I'm not making this up. This is actually true. Now, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, tell me what you think about these stories, share this video. But again, thank you for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day. Stay amazing. Bye-bye.